Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Heck Creative. Today we're going over the Marvel Legends Controller Build-A-Figure Series US Agent. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's US Agent. He is a really nice looking figure. Let's get to this guy and see what he's all about. The head sculpt is really well done. I like the sort of snarl and scowling look he has on his face. It's very kind of unnerving, not really that pleasant to look at. He's very grumpy, his brows are turned down, his face is just basically turned down, and everything is just horrible for him. He has a very bad outlook on life, or at least is very stern and surly about everything. As far as his face goes in itself, it does look like he has a couple paint mishaps and imperfections here and there. The face does look pretty solid, yet I find there to be a few things that kind of bug me about it. Like this cheekbone right over here, this piece doesn't look that painted well. Over here, not that painted well. These are separate pieces. The wings, they look fine to me. They're pretty good. This one could use a little bit of touch-up over there. The eyes look fine. One of them's looking up a little bit, but I can look past that, I guess. We have a seam line going over here, going up the head, all the way around to the other side, probably to fit these wings in as they are separate pieces. And this is painted pretty well over here. As far as other parts of the head go, it looks okay. The lips are painted really well. The eyes are painted fine. Everything else looks pretty okay in this regard. As far as the head goes, it's just plain black over here. A couple splotches over here, but that's fine, at least as far as the head goes. The body has some pretty good paint, and this is my biggest gripe about the figure. I had to go through several different figures to find this one. And all the paint on here is very scattershot on a lot of them, but I found one that was at least pretty good for my standards. There is a mishap right over here, and there also is a misalignment over here, but I can kind of look past that, seeing as I had to go through maybe 15 or so figures to find the one I wanted to get. The star is painted really well. This is missing a little bit over here on this side. Again, the paint is really kind of sloppy on this figure, and it isn't really that great. The belt over here is kind of just not really as good as I could be. The sculpting's fine, but the belt is just okay. On the back, he has a star, which has a little bit of overspray over here that I'm kind of upset about, and over here as well. Wow, it just bothers me how much bad paint is on this guy. Over here, it's not that great. On the glove, it's alright on the back. It's okay on this glove too. A little bit of weird part over there. But yeah, this is all sculpt we've seen before. The legs don't really have much paint. They're musculature sculpt. It's fine by that, I guess. We have these boots that aren't really painted. They're all just one solid color. At least that works pretty well. All the little legally stuff is on the bottom with 2 peg holes. The body sculpt in all is the Grim Reaper body, which means if I even want to think of going up with these, it'll crash into this and make it chip. I've already have it happen, and I'm going to have a return set up for that. But yeah, it's really just frustrating that I can't really move this guy in a way that would articulate him really well to the point where I can have him move and not break. That's a very frustrating thing about this figure to me. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. As far as accessories goes, he comes with 2 fists. One can go up and down like this and swivel all the way around. The other can do the same exact thing. They're just 2 regular fists but painted in red. They look good for this coloring right over here. But watch out for some flanging here and there on the pieces. They really can kind of get you with that, so just careful with that as well. He comes with a, what I would call, wall crawling hand at least, or whatever this hand is. I would think it's pretty well sculpted. It's a Spider-Man reuse, I believe. We also have this stuff holding hand reused from the way old Grim Reaper cap body mold. It is used to hold his shield, which looks pretty good, all things considered. Again, this is something I had to look for in the packaging and make it look very nice. At least it looks like a good paint application here. Problem is, we have this clip. This clip is not going to work. It's going to break. It's going to be horrible and awful. It does flip to clip or flip to hold. Showing off how he holds it, you just put this in the holding hand like so, but it does want to fall off after a little bit. So having it in a position where he would hold it and just look good with it is kind of hard to come by. This figure is kind of just difficult to move and figure out as far as everything goes. With this flimsy floppy holding mechanism, if you have it in a good position like I have right now, it works out pretty good. But as far as I could tell, this guy's going to have a really uphill battle to pose him. As far as posing him goes, we have a swivel at the head right over here. You can go up and down with a little bit of tilt applied for some attitude. Not that he already doesn't have any attitude. He has a crunch for the abs that goes down this far. Not that well. Back pretty far. The paint is applied pretty nicely underneath, by the way. As far as the arms, I'm not really going to put them up or anything because I know they're going to crash into this thing. If you push it down and then move it up, even then, it still is going to crash into it and break the piece. Actually, it's going to just ruin the joint. I don't mind keeping it like this, going all the way around. Let's see. Even then, I'm being very very gentle with it, so nothing breaks. The other side does the same thing, but a little bit tighter. There is some kickback for me. I think there's a scratch that just appeared right there, so that's frustrating for me. You get a swivel at the arm. You get double joint elbows right up here. You also get a swivel at the wrist and a up and down. It is a little bit tight on the other side for this web, thwip, whatever, wall crawling hand. Go up, down, and swivel. We also have a swivel at the torso. The belt is floaty. You can move up and down. I like to move it down near the swivel, a little bit underneath it so you kind of get that, but you can also move a tiny bit up just to look good. You have these splits over here, goes down, goes up over here, as this far, back this far. You get double joint knees going up this far. You get a swivel at the top, all the way around, a swivel at the bottom, all the way around, down and up with the foot, and ankle rocker pivot, 2 peg holes on the feet with all the legalese and stuff on the bottom of the figure. So yeah, that's the articulation for US Agent. So just trying it out, 1 click or so actually does get you some good range, and good meaning just bare minimum good. Anything further actually breaks the sculpt. There is a little chip coming off of it right over here on the shoulder, this part right there. So yeah, watch out for that. If that ever happens to you, just be careful. Go only 1 click on the shoulder. And also, you can put the shield on his back. Just put the peg into the hole in the back of the figure. You're going to be covering up the star, but it's fine anyways. It looks pretty good on him. I'm not a big fan of the blue. I'd rather have it be a different color. It just doesn't match anything on his body at all. Yet, it's still pretty good and works out well, at least for me. US Agent stands at about 6.5 inches tall next to Jesse Heck Creative. Yeah, I'd sue your artist for false advertisement. They got the likeness wrong. Overall, this is a figure that I was highly anticipating but was let down by. The body mold and sculpts used for this figure are really outdated and pretty old. They're a product before the time when engineering got really good with this figure, and it's just stuff from like 2015, 2016. That was like a long time ago, and now we need a better body for this guy, honestly. They gotta redo him. I do appreciate them putting him out there, but he's not as good as he could be. That being said, I do like the paint on him, yet some of it's sloppy. At least the chest is pretty good, and the face is pretty good. The sculpt on that is really nice, yet the rest of the body lets me down. The color scheme's okay. I don't like the blue on the shield, and overall this figure is kind of like maybe C grade for me. Yet if you really want US Agent, pick him up, but if not, he's going straight to the Badlands where he belongs. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned!